It is 9 minutes to 9. As one of the most popular bands of the 80s and 90s, Roxette delivered chart-topping tunes, sell-out tours.
Now, 3 years after the death of founder member Marie Fredriksson, the other half of the Roxette duo, Gessle, has released a new album. We'll speak to us in just a moment. First, let's remind ourselves of some of the classic tunes.
It must have been love, but it's over now. It must have been good, but I lost it somehow. It must have been love, but it's over now. We touch till the time had run out. Listen to your heart when he's calling for you. Listen to your heart. There's nothing else you can do. I don't know where you're going, and I don't know why. Listen to your heart before you tell him
So there's a blast from the past. Gessle joins us now. Good morning.
Good morning.
Do you know, and I think I'm right, today is actually the anniversary of her death.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 years. And that wasn't kind of the reason we're talking to you, but it was just quite poignant. I mean, you must look back just so fondly with the kind of creative talent she had and you had, and kind of how you worked together.
Absolutely. I mean, we had an amazing career. Marie and I met like in the late 70s, in 79 actually, sharing rehearsal studios with our separate bands. We talked about, my band got big really early on when I was like in my early 20s. She struggled a bit, but then eventually we decided to do something together, and Roxette was born in 1986.
And was it one of those, did you, as soon as you met and you started working together, did you know that you were going to come up with something very special?
Yeah, well, you know, Marie was an amazing singer, and you know, the role situation in Roxette was always like, I was the main writer, Marie was the main singer. So it was a good combination to begin with, because I really wanted to be a songwriter in the first place. So it was good.
Well, you haven't stopped.
No, I haven't stopped.
Because we've now got PG Roxette.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Well, it's an I had this options basically to decide to continue the legacy of Roxette or scrap it, you know. But like I said earlier, it's been like over 30 years of my life, and I just felt like I wanted to keep the legacy going. I collected the old Roxette band, the old people playing in the band, and we made this new album in the style of the classic Roxette thing. Take the 80s sound.
Was it a conscious decision? Because I think it has been described as distinctly Roxette. Was it a conscious decision to kind of keep that style going?
Yeah, it was, because that was a fun thing to do. You
Yeah.
know? And also, I think it's a, you know, that style of music, like late 80s, early 90s, it's in my blood. You know, that's where I come from, basically. So it was just really interesting to go back and write songs in that style.
Well, we can hear, and because don't take my word for it, being it distinct or your word for it. Let's listen to it. It's called "The Loneliest Girl in the World."
it feels like I've been climbing all the mountains, like I've been riding, jumping, diving, just to find where you might be hiding. The loneliest girl in the world. Shadows being tall, kissing by the wall.
Now, Per, take us back again, if you wouldn't mind. Some of the Roxette songs became very, very big songs, not least because they were in some very famous movies.
Yeah.
Just for those people who don't know that some of those stories, how did they come to be in those big films?
Well, if you talk about It Must Have Been Love, for instance.
Yes.
I wrote that as a Christmas song in 1987 as a request from our German record label. They couldn't get us on the radio in Germany, so they asked me to write a Christmas song. It might be easier. So I wrote It Must Have Been Love, and we recorded it, and it sounded amazing, we thought, but they didn't like it, so they didn't release it. But it became a Christmas smash for us in 1987 in Sweden.
And then how did it come to be in the film?
Because a year later, we had a breakthrough internationally, and in early 1990, I had this lunch in Los Angeles with our American record company, and they asked us if we could, write a song for the movie. for this Pretty Woman movie. And I said, there's no time, but we have this Christmas ballad. You know, I can rewrite the lyrics a bit. It's a great song. And
So, because this was, you may have seen my face just look slightly confused because I'm like, there is no way It Must Have Been Love is a Christmas song.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely no way in my head, and you know, it was of my era. So, what were the original words? What would change?
it's a hard Christmas day instead of it's a hard winter's day, for instance.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And it's we basically just changed it tiny bits and did a new intro and a new mix, updated it a bit.
And it wasn't a bad call in the end to get it in that movie, was it? Because I mean, that's done quite well, isn't it? That film, it stood the test of time.
Absolutely. But you know, when we got the offer, it was a low-budget movie, and you know, Julia Roberts was unknown, and Richard Gere was like.
Did you get to meet them? Did you get to meet
I
them?
never met them. No.
Never did.
No. So it wasn't like a big thing at the time. You know?
It was a surprise hit. So now with PG Roxette, what's the plan? Kind of, so you've got the album, obviously, Up Dynamo, touring, going.
Yeah, that's you know, I would love to tour with this band, and I was actually supposed to do it, but then the Corona thing happened, so I made this album instead. But eventually, I will definitely tour with it and play the classic songs as well.
That's the thing, because when people come, they do want the old stuff, and I kind of think like artists are divided, aren't they? Or the ones we talk to, some completely embrace the old stuff. As well as the new, and some are like, no, this is all about my new music, and the fans do get a bit disappointed.
Yeah, but you know, I try to think like a fan. If I go to like a Paul McCartney show or a Stones show, I want to hear my favorite songs. So I mean, I think you can actually do both things. You know,
you just come in from Stockholm, haven't you? Is it colder here or there?
It's colder in Stockholm.
How
cold
is it?
It's 5 degrees below. But it's
minus
really,
5.
Yeah, but it's really cold here as well.
We had, I think, and Matt will tell us, I think we had minus 10
really?
In Oxfordshire last night. I think Matt will confirm it. It's lovely seeing you, Per Gessle. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming in. PG Roxette's album is called Pop Up Dynamo, and it's available now.
You're watching BBC Breakfast. Time is 8:59.